When you are doing everything in your power to be the best makeup of yourself, it's always going to be an adversary that's going to try to take that away from you.
What is important to you? When I genuinely look at my life, I see there are a few things that really matter. Freedom really matters to me. Unfortunately, even when people know what matters to them, they usually spend more time on finer things. Things like gossip, a celebrity love affair, or how their neighbor Tina doesn't care for her kid enough.
We call it a rough patch, a speed bump, a dark place. There are so many words we can use to describe difficult times in life. Those times when circumstances or situations come in and knock us off our course.
Most people imagine things they want, they dream about it, but they never really do anything about it. It's not because they don't want their dreams to come true. Of course they want the house, of course they want the car, of course they want the loving partner. Here's what happens. When they start to work towards their dreams, they're constantly challenged by invisible walls. These invisible walls are limiting them every day. To understand this better and break those walls, I started to distinguish freedom into levels.
When you are doing everything in your power to be the best makeup of yourself, it's always going to be an adversary that's going to try to take that away from you.
The first level of freedom is freedom from the past, from the conditioning, the dogma, the beliefs that are subconsciously present because of past events in our lives. Sometimes, even when you want something intensely, you find yourself in a state of inaction.
Now, the best way you can overcome this is having the faith. Now, it doesn't matter what you believe in as long as it's something that's positive that's going to get you through it. A lot of people don't have that ability to be strong. And I'm not talking about the physical aspect of strength. I'm literally talking about the mental and, of course, spiritual aspect of strength.
It could be an injury, a passing of a loved one, a financial setback, or maybe a failed attempt at something new. Sometimes it feels like we'll be stuck in that rough patch forever. I've been there.
Imagine you were trapped in a box, a prison. The walls around you are keeping you trapped. You may want to break free, you may want freedom from it, but these walls will keep you trapped. You may try to push these walls to get your freedom, but you are trapped. You have no impact, no action on the outside world because you constantly bump against these walls. This is how you may be trapped in your past. The prison walls of limiting beliefs are keeping you stuck. It keeps you trapped. So first, you need freedom from your past. When you are free from your past, you'll find yourself taking more risks. You will find events happen for you instead of to you. You'll find a spiritual connection to the greater universe. You will be able to create the reality you choose for things that need to happen to you, that are important. You will live your truth daily. You'll feel empowered, and any self-judgment will start to fade away.
Everybody listen. No matter how tough you think you are, you're going to fall. And when you fall, sometimes you fall real hard. That ground is a hard surface. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to move because you're laying. So you need to rise up, you need to rise above it, you need to start moving.
Once you're free from your past, you will start seeing the infinite possibilities that life will present you. Then you'll likely hit the second wall. That is your future and the fear around it. The second level of freedom is from your future. Imagine a life where you are free of worry, you are free of beliefs that haunt you, you are confident. Imagine owning the stage, impacting those lives, traveling first class. Imagine living in abundance. Imagine a life where you get to do what you want to do.
When you get knocked down, how long are you going to stay down? When you lose your job, when you lose that loved one, regardless if it's your husband, your wife, your child, whatever it is, do you have the ability to go through the hurt and the pain of that loss? Regardless of what you're going through, the best time you know that you are strong is when you're at the weakest point of your life. When you are so far down that hole, you looking up and you don't see no light, but yet you know there's an end to this darkness. That's when you'll find out just how strong you really are. This is a process, and you have to hurt just a little bit so you can understand what it means to be strong. Up on your hopes. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. Just keep moving forward. If you think that you're going through something so bad right now, wait until tomorrow if tomorrow comes for you. Look at the person next to you. Look at people all over the world if you ever come in contact with certain individuals. And ask yourself, are they going through a lot more than what I'm going through? Because honestly, there are always going to be people that are going through a lot more than you're going through right now.
Do you notice the doubt that creeps in as I mentioned? That's exactly what you need to be free of. Fear, doubt, worry about the future. Imagine a life where you don't need to be somewhere. A life where you are free of expectations from others. A life where universe is like a genie asking you, my love, what do you desire? This is the freedom to be. To be who you want to be. To do what you want to do. Let me ask you, what is important to you? Is it health? Do you wish you could run a marathon, hike a mountain, or run the Spartan race? Is it intimate love? Do you want to be with a partner who would make you feel alive? Someone who would travel the world with you? Is it money and abundance? Do you wish you never had to wonder if you could afford something? To live in a particular house or drive a particular car? Is it significance and fame? Do you wish you could be on a global stage and be recognized as an authority? Is it impact? Do you wish your work would inspire others? Do you wish your books would reach around the globe and become a reference guide for people to lead a better life? The answer will be different for you, for me, for all of us. But whatever your answer is, you'll be free to choose and free to make it happen. It is freedom because it is the choice you make.
My name is Sarah Wells, and I'm an Olympic athlete. I competed in the 400-meter hurdles at the London Olympics, and yes, that was a highlight. But my dark patch came 4 years later, when the Olympics came back around, and everyone expected me to qualify again, and I didn't. I felt like such a failure. I thought my friends wouldn't like me anymore. I thought the entire world was about to be flipped upside down.
When you're down, find a way to get up. I've been there. I go through it like anybody else. But I have a job to teach you.
You too may have had a goal in mind, an idea of what success looked like. And for whatever reason, that goal might have evaporated in front of your eyes. That's what I felt. Sometimes it can be easier to just live in that dark place because the strength required to climb back out is a lot. A lot of effort, a lot of time, and honestly, it feels completely out of reach.
When you are doing everything in your power to be the best makeup of yourself, it's always going to be an adversity that's going to try to take that away from you. What is important to you? When I genuinely look at my life, I see there are a few things that really matter. Freedom really matters to me. Unfortunately, even when people know what matters to them, usually spend more time on minor things like gossip, a celebrity love affair, or how their neighbor Tina doesn't care for her kid. Dan will call it a rough patch, a speed bump, a dark place. There are so many words we can use to describe difficult time, like those times when circumstances or situations come in and knock us off our course. Most people imagine the things they want, they dream about it, but they never really do anything about it. It's not because they don't want their dreams to come true. Of course they want the house, of course they want to car, of course they want to loving part. Here's what happens when they start to work towards their dreams. They are constantly challenged by invisible walls. These invisible walls are limiting them every day. Understand the better and break through walls. I student distinguish freedom into level when you are doing everything in your power to the best makeup of yourself. It's always going to be an adversity that's going to try to take.
you.